Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Haley Bailey, and I am on Forbes' top creators list. Ah. Thank you. Oh my gosh, okay. This is crazy because this is the first video I posted after my viral apartment tour. That video is crazy because at that time, I was not yet a creator. I was living in New York. I had just gotten a divorce. My ex and I are still very close. He's wonderful. And I was about to move out of that apartment. That was an apartment that my ex and I shared together. And so I had 2 weeks left on the rent. I could not afford it. And so I remember that video going viral because Caleb Simpson asked if he could tour my apartment. So I did an entire tour with him thinking like, okay, this isn't really gonna do much, but at least I'll remember this apartment. It'll be like a fun thing to show people one day. And then I think within the first 5 hours, the video had 50 million views. And I had never seen numbers like that before in my life, especially with a video I was in. I remember sitting on my couch and calling my mom and saying, Mom, this could be my chance to make my own Saturday Night Live, which was my biggest dream. But I need to release my apartment, and I don't know if that's a good thing I should do or not. And so my mom and I sat on the phone and talked for hours, and we talked about if I could start a career in this, what it would be like, and if I was willing to risk basically my life savings on re-upping my apartment. At the end of the conversation, we decided I was going to. And then from the moment I signed that lease, I was like, I am going to become a creator. I have to do this. This is my dream. And I have to make it a reality because now I need to pay for this lease. And then it actually happened, which is so wild. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite videos ever, and I know I've posted it 20 times. I'm sorry, you have seen it before. I love it so much.
Excuse me, miss? Excuse me, do you speak English?
I recreated Doja Cat's look from the Schiaparelli show in Paris with the 30,000 crystals. Yeah, the best photo I've ever taken. So that video happened, I'd say, a few months after the apartment tour. So the apartment tour kind of popped me off where everyone was figuring out my account, who I was, because I wasn't really on the scene before that. And then I was sitting there thinking, I used to watch Jenna Marbles when I was little on YouTube. And all of these YouTubers used to do these stunts where they'd go out and they'd do something crazy. But I'm not I have social anxiety, so doing something crazy in the streets, I was like, no, I can't really do that. Then I saw Doja Cat at the Schiaparelli show covered in 30,000 red Swarovski crystals, and I was like, boom, that's it. We have to do this. So I called up one of my best friends who's a makeup artist, and then she called up 5 of her friends. We bought the crystals. We got a dress from my friend Mark Bauer, who has now dressed me for every red carpet I've ever gone to. We sat there for 9 hours, and they put each of those stones on me by hand. We were shaking, we were tired, we were exhausted. And then the goal was, for some reason I was invited to the Vogue Fashion Week party in New York, and I showed up to the Vogue Fashion Week party in all of those crystals, looking like Doja Cat, and everyone was like, who is this person? But I was able to do it because nobody knew who I was. And then that stunt blew up everywhere because, of course, I'm the crazy girl that covered myself in 30,000 red Swarovski crystals. Yeah, that was the second major, oh, who is Haley Bailey? And then it set me up for now I have to do those continuously. Jared. I literally owe Jared so much for contacting me to do this.
Shit.
For this video, we actually had to double his cat costume with special effects because there was not 2 of them. Everyone always asks me how in the world I got in contact with Jared Leto, which I wonder myself all the time. But his team reached out to me on Instagram, of all things. I was scrolling one day, it was the day after the Met Gala, 2 months, or actually I think even just a month after I had done the Doja Cat look. And so I was sitting there scrolling, watching Met Gala content, of course, and I see in my DMs a message request from Jared Leto. And I was like, what? The Jared Leto, like the A-lister, the Oscar winner, Jared Leto, why is he DMing me? And it was from his team. And they were like, hey, Jared's in New York. He's at the Met Gala. He has this cat costume, and he'd really love to do content with you because he watches your YouTube shorts, and he knew who I was as a content creator. And so, of course, I immediately DM'd them back, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. Where can we do it? When can we do it? I'll come up with ideas. And so then I suggested, not thinking that they would say yes, that they come to my house, and they said yes. The next day, Jared Leto shows up to my house with this cat costume that was at the Met Gala, which I'm like the biggest fan of fashion, and I have been watching the Met Gala since I was like very, very, very little, like on TV. So to touch something that was actually at the Met Gala and like was on those iconic steps was insane. So he comes over, we film like 6 or 7 videos. We go down into the subways, we shoot more videos. Jared then leaves me with the cat costume so that I could film even more videos. And then we posted like, I think 12 videos altogether with Jared Leto. That's what got me nominated for a Streamy, which eventually got me on my first red carpet, which is so crazy. So thank you, Jared Leto, for getting me to my first Golden Globes. My first billionaire boyfriend, my dearest William.
Hey guys, and welcome to a day in my life as a stay-at-home.
These were so much fun to film. You guys have no idea.
Morning, let some light into the room and put on
Which is how a lot of people first found me online.
Then it's
So my apartment tour went viral in October of 2022. And then a few days later, there were all of these comments being like, what rich man pays for this place? So it got me thinking, wait, if all of these people are saying like, what rich man pays for this? Who's the guy behind this? Let's invent a man behind it. And then that's where my billionaire boyfriend was born. And it was basically just me trolling the people in my comment section, and I did not think it would blow up the way that it did. And then it just became kind of my thing. If you wanna be a content creator, influencer, be in this space, first I tell you do it. Do it, do it, do it. If it's something that you really, really want to do, you have that passion, just post the video. That's the first thing I would say. The second thing I'd say is, this career comes with a lot of challenges, but it also comes with so many more upsides. So with great upsides come great challenges. You're going to deal with hate. You're going to deal with people bringing you down. You're going to deal with, maybe not seeing your family on some holidays because you're really busy and you're really shooting for these big career goals. But there's a million wonderful people in this. You got this. And just post the video. Just post the video, because if I didn't, I would never be sitting here ever, which is crazy to think.